Hi everyone, it's been really long and I'm back. So, this year's, or let's say the previous year's Advent of Code, I couldn't attend it because I was going through interviews. I was in mid process to switch my company, and so I was quite occupied with that. I think I will take it up sometime this year. I want to finish last year's and then also do this year's. That is like one of my favorite events, and so I really enjoy solving problems there and also recording them and explaining my approach. That brings good clarity of thought. And in the same line of thought, I thought of bringing this up today and starting to sort of like devlog this series. I'm working on an app which you will see on my screen. It's called Prana, and this is mainly for calorie tracking and nutrition tracking and all that. So I've been using quite a few apps to do this, but I felt a limitation where I didn't feel like I was getting all the information I wanted. I'm sure like for most people's purpose, those apps work out pretty well because they tell you what kind of calories you're consuming, how much protein you're having, carbs, fats, fiber. It also, like, some of them also provide you nutritionists and all that, but this app is not meant to go that far. It's just so that you can track everything about your nutrition. There are some things which I plan on including as time goes, but for now it's mainly to do with making your life easy to track nutrition and knowing exactly what you're getting, even down to the micros and macros. Everything will be there: vitamins, minerals, whatever data I can find online from trusted sources. I'm going to integrate that slowly so that you get this. On top of that, you will not require any sort of login to use this app. For now, there is no option to even log in, even if you want to, but I'm thinking maybe in the future it'll become a requirement if you want to sync. So optionally, for people that do want it, they can use that. So I'll just show you around a little bit on this. So the starting is this. This is the starting screen for anyone who's coming in newly. You get the option to set some targets. So you can either skip that, or otherwise you can like get started and start tracking. So here, if you want to calculate and you don't have an idea of how much you should be having, you can go and calculate it from your body stats. Let's just put in some numbers: 35, 180, let's say they're 85 or something, and then they have a sedentary lifestyle. So you can click calculate and it'll give you a suggested target. Now let me make note of this because this is something I want to improve on. Suggested. I want to keep these devlogs as transparent as possible because this is what is going to help me and anyone else who feels the same way as I do. I feel like whatever suggested target comes up here is quite high. I think it's because we were just calculating TDEE and we are not considering how much, considering the goals of the people. So that's why I want to improve on this a little bit. But after coming here, you can always go down 200 calories and be like 1900, let's say, and this still works. Like, you get an idea, but I will improve on this. So that is one suggestion I have taken down from myself, and I'm hoping if people do watch this, I would love if they could also tell me what they feel could be improved. So this is one flow. We can go through the other flows as well, in which you enter your own target. Like, I already know I like something around 2000. Let's say we want something around 1800. So when you click next, it takes you to the macro split. The same thing will happen on the other side as well. This is where both of the paths will converge and become one. So here there's another improvement, which is protein calculation. So here the protein calculation which is happening is based on percentage, which I feel is quite high. I mean, defaulting it to any percentage itself is not a very good idea. This is something after using it a few times I felt could be improved. I want to start with 1 gram per kg of body weight. That will allow us to like be realistic about it, because 30% is already coming up to 135 grams, and generally I think I was entering 80 kgs on the other side, which came down to 1900, and it should have been somewhere around 20%. But this percentage also is not a very good metric. For now, this is how I use it. I put the percentage which comes closer to my body weight ish, and then change everything else. And I believe everyone else can do that, but for now this is a pain point, and once this is improved, I'll go more towards 1 gram per body weight of protein, and maybe you can use like different metrics. Okay, that is another thing I should note down. Option to choose units, so that if someone likes pounds, it'll be better for them in pounds. So okay, anyway, so and then they can increase as they like. If they want to consume more, they can improve on that. By default, it will come to 1 gram per body weight, per kg of body weight. Yeah. So now when you click setup, you get to the home screen. A few things I'll get back to this home screen, which is the main purpose of this whole app. Before that, I want to take you through a few more things. So a few like not very important features, I guess. So like if you go to settings, you can again change whatever you want. You can again recalculate based on your BMR. Then you have themes, like you can use light theme. Oh my god, my eyes just fried. And you can use dark theme, or whatever system your system defaults to. Like some people like to have light theme in the morning and dark theme in the night, so this will automatically adapt to that. And then we have the listed down all the data sources that currently we are using here. So I have currently integrated USDA, which is the US database, and IFCT and INDV. So both of these are Indian databases. IFCT gives us the ingredient level food nutrition information, and based on IFCT there are many recipes, so INDV provides us with those recipes. There are certain limitations in all of them combined. Like not a lot of branded food items are currently present, so if you want to track something from the market, it might not be there. But if you're going to some restaurant or cooking at home, this in most cases works out. I have used it myself and it's working. There are plans in which the process of doing this will become easier, but for now, yeah, this is the way it is, and we will definitely like work on this and improve it. Hopefully together you can give me feedback on what's making it difficult for you. So here, this is what the empty screen looks like. So in insights, you get to see all your vitamins, how much sodium you've consumed, minerals, and what macros you have. Under macros, in carbs, you get fiber and added sugar, trans fats, saturated fats, and you can also track this over 7 days. So I'll just show you, like after populating 1 day of data, what this looks like. Okay, so this is some data that I've just populated here, and I'll just put it in full screen. I'll be sharing the link in the description so that if you are interested, you can use it. None of this data which is stored here will go to any servers, so it's basically on your device itself. Currently, I mean, that is just for the sake of like having your own privacy with your data, and I didn't want to increase overhead costs and everything. For now, it's with you, but the problem that might arise here is the sync capabilities. So if you're using it on one device, it will not be transferred to another, for which I'm thinking of a few ways. One can be manual, where you get to save it on your local itself and move the file around, or you can use a software like Sync Things and sync your devices with the file, and both places have it. So there are many ways to go about it. The last option would be to provide a login feature which will store all this information on your personal cloud drive or something, so that it can, like, every time you launch the app, it takes it from there and then works. But we will decide on that based on the need. Most people will most likely use only one device, but the problem still remains that maybe you'll lose it. Maybe you'll lose the data if something happens to that one device. So yeah, we will take a look at that. So this is some information that I've populated here. I'll just show you how you can add something. If you click on add food item, there is, like, let's say, what do you have for breakfast? You've had cornflakes. So you see there is the INDV one and the USDA one. You can choose whatever you like better. So this one is from some brand. So this one is, I guess it has added sugars and all that, but that we don't say here because the database doesn't provide us with all that information. Whatever comes closer to what you are having, you can choose that. So cornflakes with milk, let's take this, and you can have one bowl of it. And you add it here and it starts to track everything. And here, see, so we've already reached our goal based on whatever I've added from before. We've already reached our goal. We've hit our protein goals, we've hit our fat goals and carbs. Now if you want more information, we can go into insights, and this tells us in depth what kind of things we've had, what we've not had. So we have clearly not had enough fiber, and so these things are inverted in fats, where if you've had too much saturated fat, it tells you in red that it's not good. But I need to think of some way in which it'll be more accessible to people who may be colorblind. Let me make a note of that. Accessibility in insights. I have a lot of accessibility things to take care of. Also, we've had a lot of sodium. One more feature I can think of which will tell us better insights is what were my top contributors for this, because now I don't know what contributed to so much sodium. And so similarly, vitamin A, C, D, E, K, we have so many, all of them are tracked here. And then we have minerals. So in this we can see we are lacking on copper. This is the main purpose of me doing this, was because I know people in my family who were feeling really horrible, and then it came down to just having something like magnesium and you'll feel better. So that's when I felt this kind of information will be very useful. Also, there's one thing, for the sake of transparency, we use a dash whenever we have no idea what it could have tracked. Like, let's say we go to cornflakes. Here, suppose the fat itself, the database didn't have any information related to fat. It would just show a hyphen, which means it's not 0, but we don't know. And similarly, it's here also. In case there's something which was 0, or like there's something which was untracked, which had nothing added from our database, it would show us hyphen to say that it may have been there in your food, but we don't know exactly what. But how, if you've added some things, it's not tracking it, then there's a good amount of information that I'm getting to add from this one run. So the top contributors bit will clear this out a little bit. So maybe, yeah, that will work out better. Or we can put a star to say that some of the things may have been present but it's not tracked. Okay, so yeah, this is most of this stuff in the insights. And finally, in the past 7 days, how have you maintained your tracking and food? It shows you that here. So on this screen, I don't have many ideas yet of what more I want to integrate, which will be useful. On the other one, I think I found out quite a few things. And here, so using this as a daily driver, I have added, I have had a few ideas. One is my usual meal for every weekend is almost the same. So like on Sundays, I'll have oats and then I'll have some protein shake with my oats and some raisins. Like it's fixed that I have this same thing every weekend, and I don't want to come here and enter it every day. And I know for some people their breakfast is pretty much the same, or they have routines in which Monday they have this, Tuesday they have this, and having to enter it once you've already entered something which is pretty constant is pretty irritating. So one thing I've thought of is to add a save as a meal feature. So once you've added a meal, you can just import the entire meal as your meal, like meal item. Like for breakfast, you can import one meal which you've created, and that entire meal thing comes up here. So that is something I'm looking forward to adding, because I think that will bring down the biggest choke point which is present for me. If you guys do end up using this, I would love to know what kind of blockers you are facing, what more you would like. That'll be great. So one more thing is, so I've explained everything, a few things which I missed, because I don't know, I think I'm biased towards my own memory. One is that you can go back and track whatever you've added before. So yeah, great. While telling you this, I also considered another thing, which is tracking back to so many days by clicking left and right is painful. So we should have a calendar option, so that you can jump back to any date. And another thing is add a meal. So some people, like I have 3 meals a day, but some people may have more. And also when I do, I mean I don't actually have 3 meals a day. I have 4, like I have snacks in between, and that's usually in the evening after lunch and before dinner. And if you want that, you can click on this add meal, but currently I have not added this because this was not in a higher priority for me, so I have not added it yet. But to anyone else who may be using this, if you feel this is important to you, then let me know and I will definitely work on adding that. It's not a big feature, but it's something that will definitely help us. If it may help someone, and it'll end up helping me as well. Okay, so this was the entire devlog for the state so far. There's one more thing I wanted to show you, which is the mobile side of the app. Now the same thing on mobile looks like this. Let's make it some... They've not updated this in a long time, have they? Okay, so this is what it'll look like on the phone. I've tried to make sure... Okay, we click that. I'm sorry, just a second. Like the focus on the mobile devices is different. S20 Ultra. Okay, this is what it looks like on a phone. I've tried to make it as close to possible as like a mobile device. You can actually even install this as a mobile device. Maybe I'll make a separate recording on the phone and show you at the end of this video how you can add it as a PWA, which is a progressive web app. It'll act as an app, but it'll run on the Chrome background. So like it makes it easier for you to visit the website because it's as like an app on your phone. Here you go to insights and you get to see the same information. You can tap on these things and everything is pretty much the same. Yeah, you can click on these things and it'll show you what the breakdown is. On the settings you have the same features. I've tried to make it as responsive as possible so that there is no pain point here, like visually. So this is what it is. I hope you guys like this and do help me out here by using the app and telling me what you think about it. So that's it from me. See you in the next devlog, which I'll start doing more consistently from now. Thank you. Okay, so on the phone you can head over to the website, which is prana-kappa.versal.app. And once you're here, you click on the 3 dots on the top. I'm using Chrome, but you can use this on any browser and the steps will be pretty similar. Here, if you find the option to download or save or install, you can tap that and press install. It'll take a few seconds and then you will see that it should ideally be added to your, yeah, it'll come down to, it'll be installed on your phone after that, and you can open this and it's the same. Let's skip the targets for now, and your experience will be pretty much the same as what it was in that website. Coolio. Thanks for watching.